Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Abiola, and in today's tutorial we will be recreating this stunning dress. You've seen the inspiration and you have also seen the outcome. One important thing I would like to point out is the fact that I did not use any that in the making of this dress, simply because the inspiration did not have any that and it came out really nice. So let's proceed. I am going to be drafting the front and the back part of this dress on the same pattern paper and at the same time. Like I mentioned before, I did not use any dart for this dress, and as you can tell, it was still very fitting, and I can attribute that to some of the things I did on the pattern paper whilst drafting and how I placed it on my fabric to cut out. Okay, I'll be explaining all of this as we move along, and it will be in your best interest to carefully watch this video to the end. The first step is to find out my biggest circumference measurement. My bust circumference is 39, my waist circumference is 30.5, and my hip circumference is 40.5. For some persons, their bust is bigger, for some persons, their waist is bigger, for some persons, their hip is bigger, but for me, my hip is the biggest measurement here, as you can see, and that's 40.5. So that's what I'm going to be working with to divide my pattern paper. 40.5 divided by 2 gives me 20.25. To that 20.25, I am going to be adding extra 2 inches, and that is 22.25. That is what I will use to divide this pattern paper. Okay, I will proceed to mark 22.25 on my pattern paper. I'll mark it in a way that I'll be able to connect the points to form a straight line, and I'm going to connect the straight line to where I want my dress to stop. That's the length of my dress. After which, I'll proceed to mark out a starting line, and my starting line, I'm just going to come down by 1 inch from the top, and I'm going to connect the points to form a straight line. After that, I'll proceed to get the midpoint of the 22.5 I ruled earlier, and 22.5 divided by 2 gives 11.125, and that is what I went ahead to mark. I'll mark that point severally, and I will go ahead now to label this pattern front and back. Okay, I'll mark that 11.125, okay, so that it will enable me get a proper straight line. That implies that I'm dividing this paper into 2 equal halves. Okay, as you can already tell, I went ahead to join 2 pattern papers together because my dress length is longer than 1 pattern paper. I went ahead to label this part CF as in center front, then I labeled this part SF as in side front, then I labeled this part SB, that is side back, then the middle I labeled here CB, and that is the center back. All of this is very important so that we do not mistake any of our patterns. Okay, the first step I took was to mark the basic neck width, which is 3 inches. After which, I went ahead to mark my shoulder width divided by 2. My shoulder width is 15. 15 divided by 2 is 7.5, which I marked. For the front shoulder slope, I went ahead to mark 1.5 inches from the shoulder, and then I went ahead to connect from the 3 inches neck width to the 1.5 inches shoulder slope, just as shown. For the back, I also marked the same 3 inches neck width, and I also marked my shoulder width divided by 2, which is 7.5. For the back shoulder slope, I am going to be using 1 inch, as I have noticed that this gives a better result generally. So I went ahead to come down from the shoulder by 1 inch, and I connected from the 3 inches neck width to the 1 inch shoulder slope. For the back neck depth, I am going to be doing 1 inch. You can do 1.5 or 2 depending on your preference. Then I am going to proceed to connect just as shown. The next step is to calculate our armhole line. To do that, you will divide your bust circumference by 6 plus 1.5 inches. My bust circumference is 39. 39 divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. Okay, 39 divided by 6 gives 6.5 plus 1.5 inches equals 8. Therefore, my armhole line is 8 inches. I will proceed to mark 8 inches from that 1 inch shoulder slope, and I'm going to note that point. Simply because the shoulder slopes are different, I am not just going to go to the front part and mark 8 inches. Everything is not going to align. So what I'm going to do is to note what I have. Okay, because of the 1 inch shoulder slope, I am going to note what I have from that point to the 8 inches. Okay, and that is going to be 9 inches, and it is that 9 inches I am going to mark for the armhole line for both the back and the front. After noting the 9-inch point severally to enable me get a straight line, I'll proceed to use my ruler to connect the points to form a straight line. I went ahead to label this line BP as in bust point. That is a mistake. It is armhole line AHL. I later corrected it. I went ahead now to measure what I have on the shoulder, which is 7.5. I marked the same thing on this armhole line and I connected to form a straight line. We're about to form the armhole curve, okay? For the back pattern, I also went ahead to measure what I have on the shoulder, which is still the same 7.5, and I marked the same thing as well, then proceeded to connect just like I did before. Now take the midpoint of your armhole. What I have here is 8 inches. 8 divided by 2 is 4, which is what I marked. On that 4-inch point, I'm going to go in by half an inch. Okay, then I am going to divide my bust by 4. 39 divided by 4 is 9.75, which is what I marked at this point. Then I went ahead to connect the points to form the armhole curve. I connected this point just as shown, and I went ahead to complete the curve using my armhole curve. Okay, in order to form the front armhole curve, I would also be dividing my bust circumference by 4. 39 divided by 4 is 9.75, which I marked. Then I am going to go up from the armhole line by 3. Just mark 3 inches and go in by half of an inch as well. I know this pattern is different from what I normally use, but you know, we're upgrading. Okay, so I went ahead to connect the points just as shown, and I completed the curve just like I did for the back. The next step is to mark your horizontal measurement. My bust point is 11, which I marked. Okay, and I went ahead to connect the point into a straight line. Then I went ahead to label the original bust point, and I corrected this to AHL just like I had informed you guys. Next, I went ahead to note my shoulder to waist or half length, which is 17 inches. I marked that, and I went ahead to connect that into a straight line, and I labeled the point WL. Next, I went ahead to divide my waist circumference by 4. 30.5 divided by 4 gives 7.625, which I marked. After which, I used my ruler to connect from the waist to the armhole area, just as shown. Now, over to the first important tip that will help us get rid of zipper bulge. From the center back, come in by 0.75. Very important. Then connect from your neck depth to that 0.75 inches you went in by. This is one of the things we're going to do to get rid of zipper bulge. Okay, now divide your waist circumference by 4 and mark. 30.5 divided by 4 is 7.625, which I went ahead to mark. Now proceed to connect from the waist to the armhole line just as shown. Another critical tip to note is to prevent shortage of fabric. As you may have noticed, some part of this back was taken out when we took in our zipper bulge. Okay, so we are going to replace it. Measure what you have at that point. Mine is 0.5 inch, and proceed to replace it at this armhole line. Okay, then proceed to reconnect to the waistline. Now let's proceed to work on the neckline. Okay, from the starting line, I'm going to come down by 5 inches. Okay, after which I'll proceed to connect the point into a straight line. Now I actually believe that this depends on what you want. I believe you can use 5.5, and I believe you can also use 6 inches, but for me to recreate exactly what we have on the screen, I decided to do 5. Okay, at this point I decided to increase my neck width by 0.5 inches, which implies that I marked 3.5 inches. I also believe you can do 3, you can even do 4. For the neck depth, I decided to mark 4.5 inches, even though I know you can do 4 or even 5. Then I went ahead to connect the point using my curved ruler. Okay, try to use a slight curve at this point so that it rests properly on your shoulders. Remember, our body is not straight, it's made up of several curves. On our new chest line, I'll proceed to mark 1.5 inches. Okay, Then I'll proceed to connect from the shoulders to that point, just as shown, using a curve as well. Okay, and that is all for this neckline. Very easy, Abby. To also get rid of zipper bulge, I would be going up from the waistline by 1 inch at the back, and I am going to connect, okay, from that point to the waistline, just as shown. From the waistline, I'm going to proceed to mark out my hip point, which is 10 inches, and I'm going to connect that to form a straight line. Then I went ahead to divide my hip circumference by 4. 40.5 divided by 4 gives 10.125, which I marked at the back. Then I went ahead to mark the same thing at the front as well, after which I proceeded to connect the point using my curve. One thing you need to always avoid on your pattern paper is sharp points. Go ahead to create a proper curve. Next, I went ahead to mark my waist to my knee line, which is 21 inches. After marking that, I proceeded to connect that into a straight line. After that, I went ahead to mark the length of my dress, which is 34 inches. I marked that at the back as well, and I went ahead to connect the point. I went ahead to label the knee area KL and the dress length area DL. Due to the fact that this is a basic straight dress and not a pencil dress, I'm going to go ahead to measure what I have on my hip line, and that is what I'm going to mark on my knee line as well as the dress length line. So on my knee line, I marked 10.125. Then the dress length line, I also went ahead to mark 10.125. For the back skirt part, I also went ahead to mark 10.125 on the knee line and also marks 10.125 on the dress length line. Then I went ahead to connect the point into a straight line using my ruler. Always ensure to avoid a pointy edge at all times. Now I'm going to connect from the waist at the back to the hip line, just as shown. Another important tip is to get rid of excess fabric at this point, or what they call smile lines from your skirt. Normally I used to do 0.5, but since I started doing 1.5 inches, I now get a better fit on my skirt part, so I went down by 1.5 inch and I connected to the side. The next step is to decide where we want our rope-like design to be at. For me, I wanted my rope-like design to start from 19.5 inches and end at 24.5 inches. That is 5 inches in width. Okay, so I marked 19.5 and 24.5 and I proceeded to connect them into a straight line. This one, I think it's based on personal preference. You can want yours to be 6, you can want it to start from 18, 19, depending on what you want, to be honest. Okay, I went ahead to shade that part, then proceeded to cut out, just as shown. Carefully look at how I'm cutting out my patterns and do the same. Now, I went ahead to match my patterns together to ensure that none is bigger than the other. When I noticed a little part was bigger, I just went ahead to connect and I went ahead to cut it out. Next, I went ahead to divide the front skirt pattern into the different segments A, B, and C. For the front bodice and the front skirt pattern, remember we are going to be cutting on fold. Okay, I went ahead to cut out the back very quickly. After cutting out, I also went ahead to match up the back and I got rid of any excess at that point to ensure that when I cut it on my fabric and I'm trying to join it, everything is going to align perfectly. Okay, I am going to proceed to keep all the patterns aside and begin to draft the sleeve. In order to draft our sleeve, we will need to calculate our cap height and the cap width. Okay, we've done the first calculation when we're trying to get our armhole line. To calculate your cap height, divide your bust circumference by 12 inches plus 1. My bust circumference is 39. 39 divided by 12 plus 1 equals 4.25. Okay, go ahead to note that value aside. Okay, so now we are going to calculate our cap width, and it is the same thing as calculating the armhole line, which is bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches, and the answer is still 8 inches. Okay, so note that aside as well. The next step is to place a small piece of fabric on fold, then proceed to mark a starting line. What I did was just to come down from the top by 1 inch and I connected the points to form a straight line. After connecting the point, the next step is to mark out the cap height, which is 4.25. I'm going to go ahead to mark that and rule that into a straight line as well. After which, I went ahead to mark my cap width, which is 8 inches, and I connected to the sleeve head just as shown. Then I went ahead to find the midpoint of this line and I marked it. On that midpoint line, I came out by 0.25, okay, and I also came down by 0.25. So 0.25 out and 0.25 inward. The first curve we're going to draw now is our front armhole curve, and to do that, I connected from the sleeve head just as I'm showing you. Just watch carefully. I connected, then I went ahead to make the second connection just as shown, and that is our front armhole curve. Okay, then for the second one, I also went ahead to connect from the sleeve head, okay, and I connected to the side just as shown as well. Then I went ahead to label the curve. Okay, the next thing I did was to measure from the shoulder to my elbow. My shoulder to elbow is 12 inches, which I marked and connected to form a straight line. The next thing I did was to measure from my shoulder to my wrist, which is 22 inches, and that is where I want my sleeve to stop, so I connected the point as well. My elbow circumference is 12 inches. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Also, my wrist circumference is 9. 9 divided by 2 is 4.5, which I marked. Then I proceeded to connect the points just as shown. After connecting the point, I labeled my pattern basic long sleeve and I started cutting out. First, you have to carefully cut out your back curve, okay, then open your pattern. After opening your pattern, carefully trace out the front curve, okay. That forms your basic sleeve. There's one more thing we need to do before we go. Because of the extra 0.5 inches we added at this back bodice pattern at the armhole side, we'll have to replace that. But what I like to do is to try to match it up from the midpoint. Okay, I'm going to try to match up the back part of the sleeve to the back bodice just carefully. I'm just going to try to match it up as I would normally do when I want to fix my sleeve to the arm's eye. Okay, so whatever is left at that point, okay, I'm going to use my marker to note it, then I'll measure it. What I have there is 0.75, so we are going to add 0.75 to this point when we cut on our fabric. See you in the next part.